And who are now here, let me speak to the women first. Do you know why you've lost self-esteem? Do you know why you are looking for a man who will love you with your child? Do you know why you are now looking for a man who has a child? Because you are thinking that now you cannot find a man, you cannot be married by a man who's a virgin. Do you know why? Because you've lost your self-esteem. And why did you lose your self-esteem? You entered into a relationship that you thought was going to build you, and it left you hurt. It left you broken. It left you with children. So you are thinking that because of that, you've lost your self-esteem. You are trying to look for somebody who is also lower like you are. Who told you that just because of having a kid, now you have lowered your value? Who told you that just because you are a single mother, your value has come down? Make this prayer, my dear sister, a single mother who's listening to this, make this prayer. Instead of praying that I need a man who will love my child, tell God, if this relationship is not going to work, end it. If it's going to work, God, let it be mine. Stop praying for men who will love your kids. We will come and we will pretend and we will love your children so much before we get married to you. The moment we get you, that's the time you will understand that we never loved your children. We will remind you that this was not my child. This child has got his father. I cannot pay school fees for him. It is not my responsibility. Call his father. I don't like a child who cries every time. I cannot sleep. They are crying too much. I don't have a child with you. Why should I be here with crying children? Come on, women, stop praying for men who can love your children. Pray that God, if this relationship is not going to work, end it immediately. If it is mine, God, preserve it for me. We don't want to love your children, to love you. After all, we are not coming for women who have children. We are coming for women. So you want to pray to God to give you a relationship that will work. If it will work, you will not be you will not be wanting somebody who will love your children. We don't have to love your children. After all, the person we want is the woman. We don't want a woman with a child. So when you pray to God that if this relationship is not mine, let it end. It will end. Whether they love your children or they don't. You need to understand that that man needs you. That love is for you. The love for your child comes when you find the right person. It does not come because you are asking for it. And you people have messed your lives, and especially these single women out here, you've messed your life so much because we will come and we will tell you that, oh, there's no problem, me, I don't care, I don't care, I just need you. Even if you have children, bring them home, I will stay with them. Let me tell you, there's no relationship that will be the same way it was, the way it was starting. Never. There has never been 100% relationship that remained the same as it started. When relationship starts, everybody is an angel. When love starts, my dear people, when love starts, my brothers and sisters, people call each other 10 hours. Sometimes we call and we have to hold the phone while the charging cable is on the phone because we don't want to keep it down. The relationship has just started. It is baby. Sometimes you don't even have a word to say. The phone is just there and you're saying nothing because love has started. Sometimes it does not even matter if we are talking. I just want to hear you breathe over the phone. Okay, let's sleep. Okay, we can sleep together. I just want to hear you snoring. That's how it starts. You sleep on the phone with the phone on your ear because you want to hear them snoring. Love has started. For how long will it remain? You people calling each other and ending the call on phones on each person's ear. For how long will you call even you are mopping and the phone is on your ear? For how long, my brother, will you be removing the car wheel, but you hold the phone because love is new and you are doing a very heavy job. Sometimes you're pushing the car. You are a mechanic. You hold the phone with your shoulder just to talk to her because love is sweet. Love is interesting. I'm going to ask you, my dear sister, for how long will they do that? So a man who's telling you that, oh, I love your child, there's no problem. I'll marry you with them. For how long will they love that child? You don't need a man who will love your child. You need a relationship that will work. A powerful prayer is not to have a man who will love your children. If you're a single mother, if you're a single dad, the powerful prayer is not to have a woman who is going to love your child. Because that woman will love your child until you will give her the ring. The moment the ring gets into her fingers, by the time you will be at work, that's the time she will remember. She will look at your child and she will say that this child reminds me of her ex. And as long as this child is here, her ex is still in her mind, in his mind. As long as this child is still here, his ex is still in his mind. And I can't take it. That's the time you will come back home and you will find your child's finger all with blisters because your wife took his hands and put on a frying pan because the child ate sugar from the kitchen. You found a woman who loved your child. But after 2 years of marriage, that same woman have put the hand of your child in the frying pan. You got a woman who loved your son, right? Nothing will never change. People change, just like the time changes. Right now, you guys are calling each other 10 hours, and you don't mind. Can you ask yourself for how long will we be calling each other for 10 hours? Number 4 or 5, guys. The reason why you need this powerful prayer, which says if this relationship is not going to work, end it immediately, is you will end up hating any other person in the resemblance of that gender. You have heard and you've seen women here on my TikTok when I'm teaching here. You've heard so many women here saying, I hate that gender. This gender. Men also saying, this gender. I always ask myself, have you dated all the men around the world? Any woman who approaches me, those who are in my classes, the students who take my classes know that the moment you approach me with telling me that I don't know what men needs, you are out of my class. Because if you don't know what men needs, then you also don't know what you need. Because why would you be dating men? Why will you be sleeping with men? You only slept with one man. If you don't make the powerful prayer, if this relationship is not going to work, end it immediately. The thing is, you will stay in that relationship, and at the end of it, you will hate men. You will hate women. Not because women did something to you, not because men did something to you, but because a man did something in your life. The powerful prayer is, if this relationship is not going to work, end it, God, so that I don't hate men or I don't hate women. Ask God to show you the way. Ask God to give you the signs. Let the red flags come as fast as possible so that you don't stay in a relationship that is going to kill you. Some relationships kill us from inside. We've lost our self-esteem. We are thinking that we are lesser people. We are lesser human beings. We are lesser women. We are lesser men. We deserve less. That now, because I have a child, I don't want a man who doesn't have a child. I think a man who has a child can understand me better. Because I have a child, I don't want a woman who doesn't have a child. I think a woman who has a child will understand me better. Who told you they will? Who told you that just because that man has a child, now they can understand you? Who told you that just because that woman has a child, they will understand you? I'm taking questions, guys. My class is over and I'll be taking guests. If you have a question that is boiling you and you want to ask, please don't type. Because if you type, as you can see, my shirt is white. I will not see all those questions. So request to be a guest. Whether you'll come on your video, whether you will come without the video, come. Favor,